I wanted to give you some idea of how the Red Shoes restoration was done. Now, it was complicated because the film was made using the 3-strip Technicolor process, which meant that inside the camera, when it was shot, there were 3 separate strips of negative, each one capturing a black and white record of 3 different colors: red, green, and blue. Now, for the restoration, of course, all 3 strips of negative instead of 1 had to be restored, which means 3 times the work. In particular, shrinkage of each of the 3 strips differed over the years, which caused blurring of the image. So the decision was made to restore the film digitally. And you will see in the following clip reel how remarkably the digital process was able to correct problems in the original camera elements. First, you will see an approximation of how the 3 color records were printed one on top of the other with dye to make the finished print. Our breath was taken away by the richness of the color that was still there even 61 years later. However, you will see some of the damage that had to be corrected, such as mold damage. Now you are seeing only one of the 3 black and white records, the blue record, to show the damage caused by the mold on the negative, which was eating away at the film's emulsion. The cracks created by the mold had to be erased digitally. Robert Gitt supervised the restoration team. Over 500,000 frames of film had to be evaluated for damage caused by mold, dirt, and shrinkage. Now, here are all the color records recombined before restoration and after. It's before, after. Warner Brothers Motion Picture Imaging digitally scanned each of the 3 original negatives at 4K resolution, which matches the image quality of the film. Next, you'll see how the different levels of shrinkage in the 3 strips of film caused misregistration and blurring of the image. Luckily, this could also be corrected digitally.
Hello, Professor. Now, please don't get up, Mr. Lermontov. Now, are you prepared for a surprise?
In addition to all this, modern film stocks give more sharpness and detail, and because all 3 strips are now in perfect registration, the image looks more in focus than prints struck when the film was first released.
I understand you have not been altogether very happy with us so far.
Before restoration,
Well, what?
after restoration.
Coaching an orchestra is not exactly a young composer's dream, is it?
I'm afraid the job I have for you may not be exactly a young composer's dream either. All the same, I hope you do not consider it entirely unworthy of your talent.
Thirdly, you'll see that some of the scenes had another flaw: mottled color, which seems to flicker, pulse, and breathe, which may have been caused by uneven developing of the negatives or chemical staining of some sort. And this, too, had to be corrected digitally.
That's not true. It's good. Childish, vulgar, and completely insignificant.
In that case, I'll relieve you of it.
There are, of course, so many first-class ballet companies to which you may take it with advantage.
I don't know that it's my greatest ambition to work for the ballet.
And now, you will see the results of this extensive restoration. Here is Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger's masterpiece, The Red Shoes.